Okay, guys, so we're going to jump right in here. I do want to preface this by saying that stick with me for a couple of these videos here because I'm not, while this is planned and I have a script for this actual course, I do want to show you an authentic, genuine walkthrough of it. So just like you, I'm going to be walking through, building the store myself. So there might be some pauses, there might be some lapses, and I just want to kind of, reiterate that for you. But we're going to jump right in. We're going to start building it. As you can see, I'm implementing my one email here. I put my password in. And like I said, just like in my other dropshipping course where I teach the Amazon dropshipping method from an individual site that's hosted by yourself in most cases, that's a great model. What's great about this model is this is also automated with a plugin called a Burlo, and I'm going to go through this whole entire process for you. But regardless of what platform or way or method that you're going to use to dropship with, you need to identify a passionate niche. You need to pick, a product that people are passionate about, that people are going to want to buy from you. Because like I always say, people buy based on emotion and they use logic and reason to justify those purchases. And so you're going to want a product that people really have a passion for, that drives their emotion, that gets deep, into their, basically that's going to be half your battle. That's what you're looking for. So you don't just want to pick, I always use the example of watches, and I always use the example of t-shirts. Everybody tries to drop ship these generic, clothing ideas, and it's not like there's anything wrong with that. It's just you're fighting an uphill battle because everybody drop ships watches. Everybody has a t-shirt, Teespring store or so on and so forth. And so you're just asking, you're setting yourself up for failure because there's so much competition out there in those niches. What you need to do is you need to pick a very targeted niche for two reasons. A, because it's going to help drive that emotional sale. People aren't going to, half the time when people make a sale, it's a split second decision. And, they're not thinking, they're not weighing all the potential, benefits and drawbacks of actually purchasing that. So you want to capitalize on that initially by picking a passionate niche, and you're also going to want to capitalize on that passionate niche because it will be easy to target later when you actually are attempting to drive traffic, whether that's free, paid, whatever the case may be, whatever route you decide to go, it will be, trust me, it will be an easier battle to fight. And if you pick a good product category / niche, that's half your battle, if not more already. So when I used to drop ship from Shopify, and I do have 2 drop shipping stores currently, but I use my other Amazon method just because I find that there's a lot less Amazon stores set up in the way that I teach that. It's kind of new. It's kind of, not many people do that, where a lot of people have Shopify stores. But you can still have, Shopify's a phenomenal platform to get started from because it's really easy, really streamlined and simple to kind of begin and maintain your store. And I'm going to show you all that too. So at the end of the course, if you want to check out my Amazon dropshipping course, feel free to do that. I'll have it linked in the bonus lectures. But let's just jump right into Shopify because I'm really excited. So knowing from future, or sorry, not from future, from past experiences dropshipping from Shopify, I know a lot of the things that are on the the Oberlo plugin from the overseas manufacturers. Because if you don't know what dropshipping is, essentially what you're doing is you're buying wholesale, in most cases overseas, and you're helping facilitate the sale of people buying in whatever country, usually locally from where you are, or all around the world, depending on how you want to set your store up, and I'll show you how to do that. They don't essentially understand or know that they're buying from an overseas manufacturer, whether it's in China, Turkey, India, Russia, wherever, it doesn't really matter. What you're doing is you're facilitating the sale of that purchase from the consumer to the manufacturer and upselling them, and turning the profit for yourself. You're keeping the difference. So that's what drop shipping is. What you're going to do is you're going to want to pick a passionate niche. Like I said, I'm going to go with Star Wars. I'm not 100% passionate about Star Wars. I do like it. I grew up watching it, but I know that there are a lot of people out there that are passionate about Star Wars. And I also know that even if there's a couple dropshipping stores, or 100 or even 1,000 dropshipping stores that all deal in Star Wars, which I highly doubt, it's still a passionate and big enough niche that can drive sales for me, where there's not as much competition and a lot of potential for growth. So that's exactly what you're going to want to try to identify. If you want to use the Star Wars example yourselves, go for it. But obviously you'll have me as competition potentially. So I'm just joking around, guys, but that's what you're gonna want to do. You're gonna pick a passion niche. So that's what I'm gonna go with. You can always go back and change your store name. So right now I'm just gonna maybe we'll change it to like, Galaxy Gear or something like that. But I'm just gonna go with Star Wars Gear for now, or Empire Gear or something like that. So we're just gonna say Star Wars Gear as my store name. You can always go back and change that. See, a store like that already exists. Okay, so we're gonna go with let's see, Star Wars official Star Wars Gear. Yep. And then we're gonna create it. Like I said, it's just a placeholder for now. Just kind of keep the idea in mind. You can always go back and change that. So I'm gonna let this load and boot up, and then we're gonna jump right in and get started creating the store, kind of setting up the theme, and then we're gonna install Oberlo, and we'll go from there. But stay tuned for that.